Hello, my name is Adam Edwards, and my presentation is over the effects of COVID 19 and 2020 on the film industry as a whole, as well as the box office and movie theater experience. To start, I really want everyone to imagine how you feel as you go into a movie theater. You've been anticipating a movie release for weeks now. You finally get in, get your popcorn, your soda, you sit down in one of the old cloth seats, and you look up at the screen as the lights dim and the TV ignites. The movie theater experience. It's been a quintessential part of millions of people's lives for decades now. It's undoubtedly an art form at this point. It is made from the culmination of community, hard work, talented creators, and it's been a staple of many industries for the past few decades. But recently, that idea has been challenged. Movies are being made faster and cheaper than before. Streaming services allow you to watch movies from the comfort of your own home, and that kind of takes away from the movie theater experience. Not only that, but back in 2020, COVID 19 took over the entire globe and forced everyone into a worldwide pandemic. This made it so that movie theaters were put to the test on how they could survive. In this presentation, I would like to go over what this pandemic did for the industry and how the industry fought back against it to stay afloat. To start, I'd like to talk about the closure of theaters around the world. It happened everywhere. It was a common trend from the United States to China, India, Japan, everywhere. It was estimated at the time that around 60% of theaters in China alone were not going to reopen after they closed their doors. This was a staggering number, even considering that China was at the time the #1 leading country in the film industry. Not only that, but streaming services also became a big part of day-to-day life. With the closure of theaters, the only way to intake movies was to go through streaming services. This was nothing new. There was already Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, but with them and the inclusion of newer services like Disney Plus, they were given the perfect set of circumstances to really flourish without theaters in the picture. It was estimated that about 2.3 million new subscribers joined Netflix in the early months of 2020. This was a common trend seen in all of the streaming services, and it didn't help that once workers finally were allowed to go back and work in theaters, in film industries and such, they couldn't make any good work. There was a lot of animosity and tension, stress related to COVID 19, and worries about people that might have it, how they can protect themselves from each other while also working together. Put against all of this, the movie theater experience should have died back in 2020, but somehow they survived. Innovative solutions were found for all of these problems to keep them afloat. For example, back when China, their closures of theaters up to 60%, they also were one of the few countries to implement limited seating so that people could still go to theaters during the pandemic. Not only that, they filled the remaining seats with disinfected stuffed animals. India, they allowed a lot of their movies to be filmed from Zoom cameras, iPhones, laptops. Easy homemade films became very popular in many countries, especially India, for their viability in this new climate. People that were worried about going back to work were able to get consultation from people from the WHO and OSHA. A large group of researchers and many documents were published to help make the transition much more comfortable for the people working in those industries. Finally, streaming services, while they did flourish, did not take over. A lot of very famous filmmakers were not worried by streaming services and actually thought that they provided a good way to take in film while they were gone. Overall, while COVID 19 had a lot of impact on movie theaters, none of them shut down fully. And I believe that is because of the people that work to make the industry happen. They're the people that make the films, the people that watch the films, the people that work to find ways around issues together. And that is why I believe that the effects of COVID-19 and 2020 on the film industry are mute. Thank you very much.